What's going on, everybody? How are you? Welcome. My name is Demita, and I just want to take a minute and welcome you to this special broadcast, you guys. This is what becoming a six-figure woman looks like. So for those of you who I have never had the opportunity to meet before, if this is our first time seeing one another, my name is Demita McGee. I'm a Christian women's business coach, you guys. I'm an author. I'm a speaker. Together, my husband and I own a company called Christian Business Academy Worldwide. And what we do is we help business owners understand how to use biblical principles to own and operate their business. The other thing that we do is we also help people understand spiritual success strategies for financial abundance. Okay. All right, y'all, let's go ahead and let's dig in. So who is a six-figure woman? We're just going to start from the beginning. Okay. Because I want you guys to leave here with some value. You know, I have learned over the last several years, I've done personal development now for years. Do you hear me? I mean, years. At this point, I have really hammered personal development home, meaning I've spent a lot of time reading a lot of books, going to these seminars, all these different things. And so what I have learned over time is I wasn't able to always get to where I wanted to be as fast as I wanted to get there. And I'm sure you could agree. Like before tonight, if you could have already earned the money that you've wanted to earn, you'd have been happy. But what happens a lot of times is we got to do all this growing, get all this development, do all these things. And oftentimes we don't understand why that's necessary. In fact, what Jim Rohn, who, if you had looked at the description of this video, if you saw his schedule before you hopped on tonight, if you didn't just stumble upon us, and I'm going to ask you really quickly, if you're watching this and you know another woman who's a business owner, you know she's a believer, you know she wants to run her business using biblical principle, you know she wants some spiritual success strategies for financial abundance, you know she is a go-getter, you know she wants to become a six-figure woman, then I'm going to ask you to tag her in this, okay? Because she may get some value out of tonight too. And so to backtrack, I used to wonder why is it that I don't have what I want now? Like I'm doing the work. What is it that I'm missing? And if you read the description, when you saw this post, when you scheduled the reminder so you didn't miss it, you'll see that one of the things that I said was Jim Rohn said that his mentor told him that he should set a goal. And the goal that he should set for himself was to earn $1 million, not for the money, but for the person he had to become in order to earn that 1 million. Let me tell you, there is a person that we need to become in order to be that six-figure woman. A lot of us want that comma in our bank account. We want that comma in our revenue. We want that comma in our income. But the reality is we have to become a certain type of woman in order to earn that. And let me tell you, that's not the end of the journey, y'all. That's part of the journey. We're not going to stop there, but that may be one of the first major milestones in this entrepreneurial journey that you have, in this journey of growth that you're on. And so a six-figure woman does things different. She just does things different. I want you to think about this. This is what I really want you to know. First and foremost, you got to be open to what we're going to talk about, because this is what we got to realize about ourselves. If you're here, my love, then that means we're connected in some kind of way. That means you think bigger. That means you want bigger. That's why we are here. That's why we are connected. Okay. And so what I want you to do is have a completely open heart and a completely open mind. And I want you to think about the fact that if you are not where you want to be at this very moment, like right now, if you're not there right now, then guess who's thinking you cannot trust? You guys, you can't trust your own. Why can't you trust your own thinking? This is why you can't trust it. Because it is your thinking that has you where you are right now. And if you want something different, if you want something better, you gotta get around thinking, as they say, that outthinks you. You gotta get around a different level of thinking. I joined a $1 million mastermind. And you guys, when I got in that mastermind, let me tell you, I was like, wow, the accountability up in here is different than anything I've ever experienced before. Like there is no sitting in the background, just absorbing information and taking notes. There is none of that in this group. Your name will be called upon, and you gotta man up. You gotta woman up. You gotta put your big girl pants on, because you said you wanted to be there. You said you wanted to be a part of this club. You said you wanted this when you signed up. And guess what they do? Hold you accountable to what you said. Right? And so when I joined that millionaire mastermind, literally the woman who runs it is a 7-figure earner. When I joined it, it was the first time that I had joined something of that caliber with someone who made that kind of money and sat underneath her tutelage. And I immediately knew there was a difference. Immediately. And that's when I said to myself, you cannot let people BS themselves. That's when I said to myself, you got to hold the people connected to you to a higher standard. Why? Because if you don't, they're only cheating themselves. Like if they let me in that mastermind, if they let me finesse me, if they let me just sit back and stay in my comfort zone, take my notes and never say a word, how is that going to help me grow? They have to pull me out of my comfort zone. And you guys, guess what? That helps me. But guess who else it helps? Every single woman connected to me. You know why? Because when I learn more, guess what I can do? I can teach and I can share more. So let's dig into why you must become, or not why, but who this 6-figure woman is. Like, she does things different, y'all. I want you to think about it. She has a winning morning routine. Like, the day just doesn't get away from her. That's not her life. The day doesn't get away. She doesn't wake up and then all of a sudden it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon and she's like, oh my God, where did the day go? That doesn't happen to the 6-figure woman. Okay, so that's one. She is committed to her personal development. It is a part of her daily routine. It's a part of her lifestyle, ensuring that she is developing herself personally, spiritually, on a business level. It's not something that happens by mistake. It's not something that she's like, I'll get to it when I get to it. No, it is something that's important to her. She's committed to it. She makes time for it. Okay. She has a good relationship with money. Y'all, this is powerful here. Now, let me tell you, if you're the person on the other side of this video and you're thinking, relationship with money, can you really have a relationship with money? Abso-freaking-lutely. See, not only does she have a good relationship with money, she is comfortable saying, I'm a 6-figure woman. She is comfortable being a 6-figure woman. Okay. She understands that she has to learn more and more and more about how money works. Something that I did not know before. I didn't know there was a method to how money worked. But guess what? I do now. See, the 6-figure woman understands, listen, you got to continue to understand how money works. You got to continue to build this relationship with money. Okay. The 6-figure woman does the head work. She does the heart work because she understands that allowing herself to be broken internally is going to affect her external environment. She understands that she needs to do the hard work to heal, because if she still has people she hasn't forgiven, if she still has circumstances that she hasn't let go, it's going to get in the way of her effectiveness. See, the 6-figure woman understands, I can't hold on to baggage. I have to let it go. Why do I have to let baggage go? Because I need to be able to create. See, God created me in his image. He is a creator. He is the ultimate creator. And guess what? He created me to be a creator just like him. So in order for me to create from my creative space, I got to let go of all the baggage. Because see, baggage will take up space in your mind. Baggage will take up space in your heart. So the 6-figure woman knows, I got to do the head work and I got to do the heart work, and I got to release some things. I got to release some people. I got to forgive some people. I got to forgive some situations. I got to forgive myself. The 6-figure woman understands that. So she can create from a really good space. Okay. She understands how important it is to have a clear, defined vision. A very clear, defined vision. Guys, I was talking this morning. We're reviewing a book together, the 21-Day Financial Fast, in a couple of our coaching communities, as some of you guys know. And we were talking this morning, and one of the things I said was, when you get a moment of clarity, you got to write it down. What do I mean by a moment of clarity? You guys, it's so noisy out here. It's so noisy. We are so preoccupied. We are so overstimulated. There's so much. For example, just right now, talking to you, I got my notebook with my notes for right now. I got another notebook because there are a few things I don't want to forget. I got something popped up on the screen that I'm going to share with you guys. I got a couple post-it notes right here that I don't want to forget. I have my phone open right here because I'm looking while I'm talking to you just to make sure things are going smoothly. And that's just right here. But I want you to think about during the course of the day. During the course of the day, I want you to think about how many notifications you get on your phone. Just social media notifications. Now I want you to think about all the email that you get, all those notifications. And I want you to think about the fact that you're watching television, you're listening to things. Like, seriously, we can't even have a conversation with our family without being on our phone, scrolling through the phone while we're doing it. I was telling some people just this past weekend that I made fun of my husband. I tease him because when I'm trying to talk to him, we can't even have a conversation without him scrolling through the phone while we're talking. Like, real talk, his right hand, his thumb should be so muscular, like super muscular. Why? Because he always using it to scroll through the phone. Like, this thumb should be muscular, these fingers should be weak because he's constantly scrolling, right? Constantly. And that's what happens to a lot of our children. That's literally what happens, okay? And so our children and anybody we're trying to have a conversation with, because we're so overstimulated. Because we are so overstimulated, y'all, real talk, we can't relax. We can't get a clear vision. So when you get it, you have to be intentional about having time to just think without your phone intruding on your thinking time, without the television, without your family, without the computer, without the tablet, without anything interfering, okay? And when that happens, you will get these moments of clarity. And you guys, this is so good. When you get that moment, sometimes they're this big. When you get that moment, you know what I want you to do? I want you to keep a notebook. I don't want you to keep a pen. I want you to keep it by the side of your bed. I want you to keep it on a nightstand in the living room. I want you to keep it on your desk, excuse me, in your office space. But I want you to always keep a notebook. And when you get that moment of clarity that God gives you, I want you to write it down. Okay, becoming a six-figure woman. I want you to write it down. You know why? Because in this overstimulated world that we're a part of, you don't get a chance to just think. You don't get a chance to just be open and allow God to make spiritual deposits. You don't get an opportunity to do that. And so you have to take the time to do it. Thank you, sis. Thank you so much. She said, God bless you. Thank you. And so you have to take the time to do it. So see, this six-figure woman, y'all, she has a clear, defined vision because she has been intentional about having a clear, defined vision. It wasn't by accident. It's been intentional, y'all. She embraces the journey. See, so many of us want to just get to a destination. So many of us just want to be on the other side of becoming a six-figure woman where we already are that woman. And so we don't embrace the journey. But see, she falls in love with the lifestyle that creates the lifestyle. You feel me? So she falls in love with the things, that lifestyle, the work that lifestyle encompasses, so she can have the lifestyle on the other end that she is pushing towards. She falls in love with that. Y'all hear me one more time. She falls in love with the lifestyle that creates the lifestyle. That is powerful. That is magical. Do you hear me? That's what she does. She understands that she really does not know it all. She understands that. So she's willing to commit to learning and to improving. Now, why is this big? Because see, a lot of people, their favorite 3 words are, I know that. Did you know that such as, I know that. Maybe you should try this. I know that. I know that. And when you know that, what happens is you cut off your ability to be able to learn. You cut it off because you already know that. Okay, so see, this woman understands, listen, I don't know it all. I need to get under the right tutelage. Let me tell you, that was me in this 7-figure mastermind that I'm a part of. That was me. I definitely don't know about 7 figures. Definitely don't know that. And so this woman that we are becoming, this 6-figure woman, she understands, listen, I don't know it all. I'm open. I'm open to learning. Yes, I am. And I'm committed to learning. I'm committed to at least listening to see if it's something else that I need to get more information about. Okay? You guys, this is a big one. Y'all ready? Ladies, queens, my sisters, listen. She is confident in her skin and in her gifts. She is confident in her skin and in her gifts. Let me tell you how important this is. I was in the mirror one day and I looked at myself and I was like, man, I love my skin complexion. You know how old I was when I did that? You guys, I was an adult. Right. I looked at myself. I was like, I love my skin complexion. I looked at myself in the mirror and I was like, I like my little stretch mark. Those are my battle wounds, y'all. I looked at myself in the mirror and I said, oh, I like your full nose, boo. Why they keep trying to shrink it with all of these Instagram filters? Like, why my nose got to be thin and my lips got to be bigger? Why? Are my lips not thick enough? Is my nose too wide? Instagram wants the filters, want to make my nose thin and want to make my lips bigger. I'm like, what is it that these people want to look like? Anime characters? See, the six-figure woman is comfortable in her skin, right? She's comfortable in her skin. She's comfortable with her gifts. Let me tell you, it took me a while to understand what my gift even was. And so if you're in a place where you don't necessarily understand that, I get that. But once she gets it, she's comfortable in her gifts. She's comfortable with them because she understands that we are all members of God's body, and together, man, we're powerful. See, when my gift connects with your gift, we are insanely that much more effective. See, the six-figure woman understands that she's not out here competing with everybody. She understands that she's not competing with the next queen. She understands that the next queen is proof that it can be done. And sis, when we connect together, when two queens unite, it's absolutely magical what can happen. She no longer suffers from imposter syndrome. She no longer feels like when she's in front of the room, oh, she shouldn't be there. She owns that space. That's what she does because she's confident in her skin and she's confident in her gifts. She does not make excuses. I'm just giving you a rundown first and foremost of who she is, some of her characteristics, and then we're going to dig even deeper, y'all. We're going to dig deeper. So she doesn't make excuses. She doesn't use her family as an excuse. She doesn't use her children as an excuse. She don't make excuses. She gets it done. People look at her and people are like, how are you fitting all that into your schedule? You know why? Remember one of the things I said before? She knows when to say no. She knows what to say no to. So guess what happens when she says yes? It is crazy good. So they're going to look at her and figure out, look at you. How can you fit all this in your schedule? How are you so dedicated? How are you so committed? How do you get so much done? How do you get so much done with excellence? Girl, you shining. You just make queendom look so freaking attractive. They're trying to figure out how you do that because that's what the six-figure woman does, y'all. Let me tell you, she keeps the main thing the main thing. What's the main thing? If you're becoming a six-figure woman all around, one of those main things is income-producing activities for whatever it is that you do. It doesn't matter what industry you are in. So regardless of what's going on, she keeps the main thing the main thing. So she does income-producing activity during income-producing activity time. She is not swayed by the next big thing. You know, she has intense focus. She embraces next level accountability. Okay. She understands that she has to have next level thinking. She understands that she must become a next level leader. Like all of these are mandatory. These aren't nice to haves. These are have to haves. And so the question is, how do you get there? Like, this is what she looks like. How in the world do I get there? You guys, I'm about to teach you and share with you this really powerful concept. And when I learned about it, I found myself thinking everybody needs to know about this. Everybody needs to know. This one simple thing can change. It leads to a journey of changing so many things in your life. Because see, when you become this six-figure woman that you have in your mind, guess what happens? A lot of your life, it falls into place because you know how to keep things where they need to be. Your spirituality is stronger. You have a better relationship with your family. You have a really good relationship with money because you're organized in how you move forward. Have you ever heard that how you do anything is how you do everything? Well, guess what? We're not going to be lopsided six-figure women. We're not going to be heavily into money and then completely neglect and negate our families during the process. No. We're about proving that you can have it all. Do you hear me? You can be a magnificent mom, a wonderful wife, and a powerful, profitable businesswoman at the exact same time. You can be what I like to call the trifecta. You can be her. And so this concept that I learned about, you guys, it is so powerful. Now, I know you are familiar with, and this is where my other notebook comes in handy. I know you are familiar with the concept of your conscious mind, your subconscious mind. I know we've heard of it, but have you ever wondered why? Have you ever wondered why? Talk back to me now, y'all. Talk back to me. Have you ever wondered, or has this ever happened to you? And you decide, I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to become healthier. I'm going to drink enough water. I'm going to eat the right foods. I'm going to make sure I just incorporate vegetables every single day, at least twice a day. I'm going to do those things, right? Health is the easiest one to use as an example. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to get some walking in every day after dinner. And even though you have the best of intentions, even though you got the best of intentions, listen, I'm getting some feedback. Tanisha says, yes, I have wondered that. I'm looking for feedback from you guys. Give me some feedback. Have you ever decided or ever thought, I'm going to do these things? And even though you have the best of intentions, somehow or another, you just can't seem to do it. It's like your body is fighting against you. Somehow or another, Jamelia says yes. Somehow or another, it's like your body is completely fighting against you. You can't figure it out, like, what is happening? We got another yes. Yes. See, you're not alone. Yes. Too many times, Jamelia says. Too many times, right? And so what Tanisha says, no, it doesn't even happen. For some reason, no matter how many times I try, it just doesn't even happen. Always. Healthy living stays on my mind. I do well, and then I fall off. I'm struggling right now. LaSkaya says, wrong one. They're coming in fast. LaSkaya says, yes, that is me. Kim says so many times, right? So see, you are not alone. Right? So these things happen. And you're wondering why? Why is it? I'm a really smart person. Like, I didn't graduated from grammar school, high school, college. I've done all these things. As intelligent as I am, I understand what's supposed to go on my plate. I understand it. But why do I keep losing this battle every single day? You guys, this will blow your mind. This will blow your mind. Are you ready? Okay. It is because there is something called a paradigm. It's called a paradigm. Okay. I never knew this existed before. And it is so powerful. What is a paradigm? A paradigm is a mental program that has almost exclusive control over your habitual behavior. I'm going to say it again. A paradigm is a mental program that has almost exclusive control over your habitual behavior. And y'all want to hear the other part? Almost all of your behavior is habitual. It's not just you. A paradigm. It is a mental program that has almost exclusive control over your habitual behavior. But the thing is that almost all of your behavior is habitual. Almost all of it. Do you guys realize we're moving on autopilot? You don't realize it, but you are. Now the question is, wait a minute. So you're telling me that almost all of my behavior is habitual and that my paradigm controls this because it's my mental programming. So the next logical question is what? How do I change my paradigm? Or are you saying I can't change it? Like, what happens now? All good questions. And that was my question. I was just dumbfounded when I found this out because I had never heard it before. And once I learned it, I was like, wow, everybody needs to know this, because there are people like yourselves that really honestly want to make changes. You want to change some things. You want to do some things different. But the question is, how do I change it? That is the question. And it's such a logical question. So what I want to show you is something that helps us understand where this happens, how this happens. Okay, you guys ready? I'm going to share my screen with you, and I want to show you guys this because this is quite dramatic. It doesn't seem like it, but it is. You guys see this little picture right here? When we have our conscious mind, we have our subconscious mind, and we have our body. Let me tell you, this little diagram, this little bitty thing right here is so elementary. Let me tell you where I got this from and where I learned this from. There's a gentleman named Bob Proctor, and man, is he powerful. And so he taught me about this concept right here. But Bob Proctor cautions. He says, listen, I see how elementary this little stick man is, this little stick person is. He said, but don't let the simplicity of this thing deceive you. Because if you understand this graphic that you are looking at right now, it can reveal a world of power, a world of possibility, and a world of promise. This little simple diagram that you are looking at. Okay, let me explain what you're looking at. There's the conscious mind. So your conscious mind, you guys, that's your thinking mind. That's your educated mind. That's your intellect, right? That's where we think we're making all our decisions from, all right? That's where you get a choice of whether or not you accept something or you reject something. So, for example, you guys may hear me sometimes, I got this from my mentor, where I'll say something where I'll be like, oh my God, man, today is going to be a hard day. No. Cancel. I'll take that out. No. And just like that, I've knocked it right out of my mind. So your conscious mind, you can accept things or you can reject things, all right? You can do that with your conscious mind. Your conscious mind is where your five senses are working. Your five senses of tasting, touching, seeing, smelling, hearing. That's where your five senses are working. It's like they're receptors, and that's where all that information comes into your conscious mind. And once again, you could accept it or you could reject it. I can hear some terrible news because that's my conscious mind working, and my senses work for my conscious mind. I can hear some really bad news and I could be like, nope, cancel. I refuse to believe it. The doctor can give me a bad report. Cancel. I refuse to believe it, right? That's where you can do that. You choose to accept it or you choose to reject it. Now, the subconscious mind, let's look at this for a moment. The one thing that I do want to point out to you is you may be wondering, why in the world is this head so big and this body so little? Why is the head so big? Because let me tell you something. Success, you guys, a lot of people don't realize this. A lot of people go around trying to figure out, what are the steps? What do I need to do? What are the steps? Give me the 10 steps to success. Give me the 5 steps I need to become the best salesperson. Give me this many steps to do this many steps to do that. And do you realize that success is only 5% strategy, but it is 95% mindset. 95% mindset, 5% strategy. 95%, 5%. That's the difference here. So now let's dig into this subconscious mind, because you guys, this is where your paradigm is. It's in your subconscious mind. That's where it's located. This is powerful. This is going to be so good. So good. So in your subconscious mind, you guys, this is where your higher faculties are. This is where they are. This is your emotional mind. Because see, when you I posted a video, I reshared a video just a few hours ago from where I manifested being able to speak in front of this audience of over 1,000 people. And it happened because I got emotionally connected to this vision. This is your emotional mind. Your subconscious mind is your emotional mind. Your subconscious mind, you guys listen to this, it cannot reject anything. It just accepts anything you give it. Anything. It doesn't have the ability to accept or reject. Your conscious mind can accept or reject things. Your subconscious mind cannot. It just accepts whatever you put in it. It doesn't recognize the difference between something that is real and something that is imagined. It doesn't know the difference. I'm about to give y'all some powerful examples. First thing first. Think about, and this is where as a child, our subconscious mind is wide open. Children accept whatever we give them. They accept whatever we tell them. It is wide open. And so this is where a lot of your mental programming happens. This is where you get your philosophies. This is where you get your beliefs. This is the foundation of who you are. And so think about this. Your subconscious mind, this is where things take place. This is where stuff takes place. Your programming takes place. Let me give you a strong, powerful example of how it's your emotional mind. Right? Strong, powerful example of, a great example of it doesn't recognize the difference between real and unreal, real and imagined. You guys are going to love this because it's going to make sense to you. And guess what? This is all adults on here. We're going to keep it PG-13, but the content is still adult content. Tell me, ladies, listen to this. When you've had a thought about somebody, like if you're married, it could have been your husband, a sexual thought about somebody, and your body responded. Tell me how your body responds to something that's not really happening. How does that happen? Because your subconscious mind does not know the difference between real and imagined. It does not know the difference. And so you can have a thought of something that could happen intimately, like a romantic thought. And then guess what happens? That romantic thought caused your body to respond. How does that happen? You weren't experiencing it. It didn't really happen in front of you. It wasn't a real situation, but your body responded anyway. That is your subconscious mind responding. Yes. So just as Tanisha is saying here, your brain doesn't know the difference between if it's physically happening or when you're thinking about it. This is why you can think about a situation and you can get so mad, you're fuming, and nobody even in the room with you. No one's done anything. You've created a scenario in your mind and you have just literally upset yourself. Yes. LaSky is like, absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, honey. Yes. That is what happens in your subconscious mind. This is where your higher faculties are located. What do I mean when I say higher faculties, you guys? This is where your perception is located. Perception, the way you perceive something, because we respond to what we perceive, whether or not it's true. We perceive it and we respond. This is where your will is located. This is where your imagination is located. Y'all, I didn't imagine some things when my husband and my body reacted. This is where your imagination is, your memory, your intuition, your reason. Okay? Your subconscious mind is powerful. And this is where your paradigm is located. This is where. You guys feel me? This is where it's located. Now, the question is this. If I have said to myself over and over again, listen, I really, really, really want to make the right decisions. I really, really, really want to do the right things. And now I understand that it is my subconscious mind, my paradigm. Once again, the definition, you guys ready? Your paradigm is a mental programming or a mental program that has almost exclusive control over your habitual behavior. And almost all your behavior is habitual. Almost all of it. And so now the question becomes, how do I change it? That's the question. And that's exactly what we're about to dig into right after this. All right, y'all ready? Y'all ready? Yes, we are becoming a six-figure woman. Yes, we are. And so now the question is, how do I shift my paradigm, okay, in order for that to happen? That is what becoming a six-figure woman is all about. We're going to do an exercise right here, and you guys are going to walk away today with something tangible that you can use. Something tangible that you can use, okay? However, that's what today is about. Because, see, I'm so grateful that God gave this to me. This isn't something that I was planning to do. This isn't something that I was thinking about doing. This was something God put on my heart in a moment of clarity. Remember, I talked about that moment of clarity. And so this isn't something that's about money. Every coaching program I've ever done has been priced accordingly. This one isn't about money. Shout out to the women who have already enrolled. This isn't about money. This is about me helping women with something really, really powerful. And so the becoming a six-figure woman, you guys, it's like a mastermind meets coaching, meets, I don't even know, mastermind meets coaching, meets mentorship. It meets all of it together, you know? And so what I want to do is I want to share with you just a little bit about it. And then guess what we're going to do? We're going to go ahead and we're going to dig in to how do I shift my paradigm? We're about to use an actual physical example. Okay. So who is the six-figure woman for? Who is this becoming a six-figure woman? Listen, guys, it's quite honestly, it's for the woman who wants to earn six figures in revenue. And she's committed to actually doing the work necessary to do it. Becoming the person. So you don't earn six figures because you want to earn six figures. Let me just be honest. You don't. You do it because you become the person that can earn six figures. It's about becoming her. It's not about just going out there and working. Right? It's about becoming her. It's more than just the money. It's the person you become on the inside. It's doing the things so you can have the right mindset, like we're doing right now. It's about doing the hard work, like we talked about. It's about pushing beyond your self-imposed limitations, because the reality is we all have them. We all have them. And it's about pushing past those. It's about learning really how money works. You cannot have six figures in revenue and not understand how money works and not do anything productive with it. So it's about learning how money works. It's about developing a positive relationship, with money. It's about increasing your cash flow in your external environment, because you focus first on cleaning up your internal environment. Okay, because it happens inside before it happens outside. All right. It's about overcoming imposter syndrome. It's about building that attractive confidence. Y'all know the woman that walks in the room and everybody sees her. Everybody feels her presence. She walks by and everybody's like, okay, so who is that? It's about having that type of attractive confidence. That's what the six-figure woman is all about. And I'm so excited about being able to offer this for such a small amount of money, because it's not about the money. You guys, I really want to see us win. And I want to see us win big. There are women that are connected to you. There are. And the only way that they're going to get and I've said this for years, the only way that they are going to get the confidence to do what it is that God placed on their heart to do is when they see you win. And so it's time to stop playing small. It's time to play big. And we're about to start that process right now. Okay. So once again, enrollment is open. The website is becomingA6figurewoman.com with the number 6, becomingA6figurewoman.com, becomingA6figurewoman.com. Okay. So let's do this exercise so we can change our paradigm. So how do you do that? Let me tell you, this is the thing. It is the simplest process, but it also can be challenging at the same time. You can actually rewrite your paradigm. You can rewrite it. This is how you do that. Okay. So you're going to we're going to write a description of this woman who we'd like to be. We can do this for various areas of our life. various areas of our life. Thank you so much, sis. That's all. Well, you know what? Almost right. There's supposed to be an N at the end. I should have thought to do that. I appreciate you. If you type that in for me one more time, WOMAN, I will go ahead and pop that up on the screen. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I just appreciate you so much. Okay. So, we can rewrite our paradigm for all the areas of our life. Honestly, we can. We can rewrite our paradigm for our spirituality. We can rewrite our paradigm for our romantic relationships. We can rewrite our paradigm financially. We can rewrite our paradigm for our health. We can rewrite our paradigm, period. Okay. And we can include all these various areas of our life. So I want you to think about, and I'm going to ask you some questions right now. Okay. Thank you so much, sis. I'm going to ask you some questions right now. Really powerful questions. Okay. And I'm going to start with 3 basic questions, but you guys, I got a list of over 20 questions. And I want you to really think about, if you got pen and paper, I should have told you in the beginning to grab some pen and paper, because I knew I was going to share some things that you should have been taking notes on, y'all. Thank you, Jamelia. I just see when you were like, I'm excited about this. Yes, let's go, y'all. I love it. Tanisha says, let's work. I love it. I love it. I want to celebrate you if you're enrolling in Six Figure Woman. So shout out to Tanisha has already enrolled. She enrolled earlier today. So definitely, if you enroll while we're on this broadcast, let me know. I will definitely shout you out while we are on here. I love it. I love it. Okay. Now, a couple of the things here. We got, how much money do you really want to earn? Somebody said, I always have pen and paper. That's what I'm talking about. How much money do you really want to earn? Okay. How much, or how do you want to live? And how do you want each day to be? Okay. How do you want each day to be? I appreciate you. I don't have a face behind that name, so you're going to have to tell me who that is. But they said, I got to pull it up right now. I'm about to enroll. I love it. I love it. Let's work, y'all. I love it. All right, y'all ready? You ready? You ready? Okay. This is where I want you to give this thing some thought. Y'all ready to give it some thought? Let's give it some thought. Okay. Number 1. I'm going to tell you, while you guys are enrolling, while some of you guys are enrolling, before I ask the first question, I want to share with you how I learned how to do this. Okay. One of my first experiences really learning how to do this. So I remember in a company that I was previously with, I was at a training. After that training was over, I got an opportunity to sit down with one of the trainers. And I remember him saying that particular day, listen, you gotta act as if, certain things are happening. You gotta act like you are earning that money now. You gotta act like you're in those positions now. And I told him, I was like, I don't get it. How do you do that? Like, I don't understand what you guys mean when you say act it. I don't get it. Like, am I faking it until I make it? Like, I'm confused. That's unauthentic. Like, I just don't understand. He said, okay, I get it. He said, okay, so I want you to imagine right now. All right. And we were talking about residual income. He said, I want you to imagine right now that you had $10,000 deposited into your checking account. Okay. And he said, so you got this 10,000, but next week you got another 10,000. He said, so what would you do? I was like, okay. All right. So he said, stop. I was like, okay. He said, do you see how you just sat up taller? Do you see how you started smiling? Do you see how you felt? I was like, yeah. He said, that's what you have to do. You guys, that was my introduction to this concept of actually living and shifting my paradigm. That was my introduction to it. Now, for some of you guys today, it's Sharitha. She is officially enrolled. Shout out to Sharitha. Thank you so much. We're going to have fun in this program. I love it. I love it. Congratulations. In a moment, you're going to get an email that lets you know exactly what's next. Okay. That was my introduction. That's when the seed was planted. For some of you guys, I just planted a seed for you tonight. All right. For some of y'all, that's what happened. For others, this seed has been planted before. I just fertilized it tonight. right? For others, the seed has been planted, it's been fertilized. I just sprinkled a little water on it tonight, so it's really that seed is starting to pop open at the bottom, and the root is starting to come, starting to grow down, right? So that was when the seed was planted for me. It is really about encompassing the feeling, okay? So, let's talk about shifting our paradigm. I'm going to ask you some questions, and I want y'all to give me some real good answers. Not for me, for you. Number one, think about the person, this six-figure woman that you are. I want you to think about her right now. Think about her. We're going to do this exercise together. We're going to do it together. Think about her right now. Okay? I need you to focus. Listen to my voice. Focus. Think about her right now. What time does she wake up in the morning? What time does she get up? Does she just keep pressing the snooze button until she feels like getting up? What time does she get up? Everybody's different. My six-figure woman rises early. Regardless of how much money she makes, she rises early. What does yours do? Okay? Keep her in mind. What does she wear? How does she dress? Like, what outfit does she have on right now? How smooth is she dressed? Like she walked in the room and it was just like, ooh. Like, what does she look like? Yes, come on. Tanisha says, my six-figure woman, I get up at 4:30 in the morning. That's what she does. What is she dressed like? Did she prepare her clothes last night? Or did she get up this morning trying to figure out what she was going to wear? Like, what did she do? Okay. You're still thinking about your six-figure self when you become this woman. Okay. I want you to envision her. What does she eat for breakfast? What does she eat? Does she just grab, leftovers from last night? So she eating steak for breakfast? Or is she eating something light? What is she eating for breakfast? What does she have when she gets up in the morning? Like, what is she eating? Okay. What is her morning routine like? What does she do when she gets up in the morning? Like, does she meditate? Does she pray? Does she have a morning facial routine? Somebody says, okay, she has it prepared, her clothes prepared, and they're on a rack already. Okay. Somebody else says she has a smoothie. Okay. Somebody else says she has a smoothie. Okay. All right. Good. You guys are seeing her. You're feeling her. So what's her routine like? So she gets up at a certain time. Her clothes for some of you guys is prepared already. For some of you guys, she has a smoothie for breakfast. What else does she do? What's her routine? Does she get up before her children? Does she get up with her children? How does she fill herself up so she can fill up others? How does she do that? Because she knows she can't give to people from an empty cup. If this is the woman that has next level leadership and she has next level thinking, then she understands that she has to fill herself up because she cannot give from an empty cup. So how does she fill herself? Does she do it in the morning? Is it part of her morning routine? Okay. How does she show up for the day? Whether or not she's in front of her computer working, whether or not she does what I do and goes to Starbucks, whether she goes to the bookstore, whether she works at her, where does she work and how does she show up? Because when she walks in the room, people feel that energy. People are excited just to be in proximity to her. She gives off this energy that makes other people feel good. So how does she show up for the day? You guys, how does she think? How does she think? Like, if she's doing next level thinking, how does she think? Okay. Tanisha says she gets up and she prays at 4:30 for prayer and meditation. She has a smoothie or eggs and vegetables. Okay, let's go. Let's go. What does she read? Does she read in the morning? Does she read at night? Does she read while she's having lunch? What does she read? What kind of books does she read? How does she speak to her spouse or her significant other? Like, how does she talk to them? How does she speak to them? You guys are thinking about this six-figure woman in your head. How does she speak to her significant other? What words does she use? Okay. How does she handle her children? How does she work with her children? How does she post on social media? What does she put up there? Does she use social media? Which social media channels does she use? What does her profile picture look like? Like, what does she put on social media? How do people feel in her presence? Okay. What time does she go to bed? Like, what time does she call it a night? What's her bedtime routine? What's her nighttime routine? What does she watch on TV? Does she even watch TV? What does she listen to? Does she listen to podcasts? Does she listen to audiobooks? Does she listen to the radio? What titles does she listen to? Like, what does she listen to? If she's listening to the radio, what stations are she listening to? What kind of music is she listening to? Is she listening to talk radio? Y'all, what does she drink? When she gets up in the morning, does she drink water? Does she drink water with lemon in it? Is her water room temperature? Is it cold? Was it in the refrigerator overnight? Does she drink coffee? Does she drink tea? Does she drink her coffee black? Does she drink her tea with cream? Like, what does she drink? Who does she mentor? Not who is her mentor, but who does she mentor? Right? What is she grateful for? What is she grateful for? What does she visualize? Like, what are some of the things that she visualizes? How does she show up? What does she visualize? What are some of her empowering beliefs? Y'all, what are they? What are the affirmations she repeats to herself every day, multiple times a day? What are some of those affirmations? Like, what does she say to herself? What does she say? What is she telling herself in the mirror? When she's looking in the mirror at herself, what does she say? What's she saying to herself? Right? Y'all hear all those questions I ask? Like, we ask a lot of questions. And you're thinking about her right now. You're like, okay, she gets up at 4:30 in the morning. She has a smoothie. She has a morning routine where she fills herself up. You know, she makes decisions from an empowering place. When she gets up in the morning, she tells herself how amazing she is. She says, I am a child of God. I'm a beautiful and wonderful creation. God created me to accomplish what I alone am meant to contribute to this world. It is my destiny. I am fierce. I am fabulous. I am a powerhouse. I was placed here to be a vessel for the Lord. I am the head and not the tail. Like, what does she say to herself? When she gets dressed and she walks in a room, her clothes prepared the night before, well manicured. If she's wearing makeup, it's really well put together, hair pulled back neatly, whatever that looks like, whether it's heels, whatever it is, whatever you've envisioned, whatever it is, I want you to read over it every day. Now, I know you didn't write everything down right now. I know you didn't. I know you didn't, because we're moving quickly. But this is where it gets powerful. Are you ready? Everything that you just envisioned, everything, you walk in her shoes right now. You do not wait until your bank account has a comma with 3 digits before it and 3 digits after the comma. You don't wait until your bank account says that to walk in her shoes now. You do it now. You walk in the shoes of the woman you just envisioned right now. Why do you guys think? Why do you think I am in a 7-figure mastermind? I get up almost at the crack of dawn to prepare for videos every day. I get dressed. My kids constantly say, where are you going, Mom? To the computer. I'm going to the computer. I go to Starbucks, whether I have appointments or not, dressed like this every day. Every day. You know why? Because my 7-figure self is slayed all the time. My 7-figure self is never caught off guard and unaware. My 7-figure self makes friends wherever I go. My seven-figure self is always ready for opportunity. They don't slip up on me. I don't miss them because my seven-figure self is always put together. I don't care if it's jeans and a t-shirt. I'm slaying it because that's what my seven-figure self does. So what you do is right now, you do not wait until your bank account has six figures in it. You walk in the shoes of your six-figure self today. Today, you get up in the morning. If you put 4:30, that's what time you get up tomorrow. If you said 5 o'clock, that's what time you get up. If you said a smoothie, you drink a smoothie in the morning. If you said you meditate, you get up and meditate tomorrow. If you said you write in your journal, you do it in the morning. If you said you got a morning routine, you do the morning routine. If you said you get your clothes ready tonight before you get up tomorrow, get them ready tonight so in the morning you are prepared, because that's what your six-figure self would do. That's what you do. You walk as her now. You don't wait. You do not wait, because you got to shift your paradigm. See, your paradigm shift occurs because your subconscious mind does not know the difference between real and imagined. And when you walk as your six-figure self today, your body doesn't know any different. It's like, oh, shoot, this chick is dope. She's slaying the day. And then you're going to see that you become this woman because you're going to make decisions from a different place. From a different place. See, if I did not walk in my seven-figure greatness, let me tell you what I would do. I would just throw on some shorts and some flip-flops and some tank top, go up to Starbucks just so I can get a break from the kids so I could do some work without interruption. I would keep my head down. I would never look up because I'm doing what I need to do. But you know what my seven-figure self does? That's not what she does. See, my seven-figure self gets slayed just to go 2 minutes away to Starbucks. When I get there, I sit my stuff down. I pop my computer open. The people who work at Starbucks now know me by name. The young lady today was like, I finally got it right. I remember to finally give you water with no ice, the large one, because you don't like ice in your water. Thank you, sis. Thank you, queen. That's right. And you know what else happens? As people are sitting around me, my head is not down. My head is up. Why? Because I make friends wherever I go. Because I understand the value of connections. My seven-figure self understands that value comes in some of the places you least expect it. And so now when I go to Starbucks, there are even customers who know me by name. Yes, I had a customer tell me yesterday, every time you come in here, her name is Jasmine, by the way. Every time you come in here, you always look so nice. Another customer, her name is Kimberly Lisa, by the way. Call her Kim, call her Lisa. She doesn't mind. Same thing. We had a conversation. You know why? Because I'm making connections. My seven-figure self understands the power of a network. And so now you understand the power of your subconscious mind. It is you that now has to take control and reprogram it. All right. What are we going to do with the information that you just collected? You are going to become her. Because in becoming a six-figure woman, we are going to dig into money, mindset with mentorship. So we're going to take what you just did today and we're going to put some things in place. And I promise you, you are not going to recognize yourself. You're not going to recognize yourself. You guys, I barely recognized myself from before. Now I can feel my personal development. Before I could not. Before I was in a place where I was like, I'm reading all these books, I'm going to all these seminars, I'm doing all these things, and I'm no different. I'm not changing. It wasn't true, sis. It wasn't true, queen. I was definitely changing. And so now I can hear it when I speak. Now I can see from a different set of lenses. Now I understand. I make decisions from a seven-figure place, a completely different place. It's your turn to make decisions from a different place. Thank you guys so much for joining me. You can enroll in becoming a six-figure woman now. I love y'all to life. Good night, everybody.